first full day in Paris, and as always I had a really nice time in the city. I've been coming here every summer for the past 8 years actually, and I know the city really well, but I never get tired of being here, and actually today I saw the city in sort of a unique way, which was a lot of fun. It's past midnight, it's way past the time where I should have gone to bed, but every night I'm going to go through a routine where I have to wash all of my clothes so that they're dry by morning. You can see that I've settled in a little bit. Some of my toiletries are here on the counter, and the clothes that I washed yesterday are laid out, and I'm going to be wearing those tomorrow, which means I'm going to wash this set of clothes tonight so it'll be dry by morning and I can pack it away. Now, I'm also going to shower tonight. I shower every morning, but on this trip I'm going to try to shower every morning and then every night, because that way I'll just be that much cleaner. I'm thinking the cleaner I am, the cleaner my clothes will be, and the less the funk will build up over the course of the month. Alright, my shower's done. I'm all cleaned up. I didn't have to bring a comb because my hair is so short. I just wipe my fingers through my hair. When I shower, I'm not usually fully clothed by the time I'm done, but it just sort of seemed weird to make a video of me in my underwear washing my clothes, so just, you know, if it bothers you, pretend that I'm not fully clothed. But I actually have 4 items of clothing that I'm going to wash. I have the t-shirt that I wore today, the underwear and the socks that I wore today, and then my Q-zip, my long sleeve shirt. I've worn it off and on for about 3 days without really washing it, so I'm going to wash it as well. Now this apartment is a kind of a luxury, and so it has a sink stopper. I'm not sure that we'll have this in every place, and it might cause a challenge because I didn't bring a universal sink stopper. But we'll start the water here. And then, through experience, through 2 days of experience, I've learned to sort of put the detergent sort of on the places that are stinky. This is concentrated detergent to the places that might smell a little bit. I'm just going to toss this in. The socks can just go in as they are. A little bit of detergent here. And get the underarms on this shirt as well. You can sort of see where I've been sweating. I'm going to add a few more drops. Again, this is concentrated detergent. I'm trying to strike a balance between getting my clothes clean and not running out of detergent too soon. My clothes aren't as dirty as they sometimes could be. Like when I was on the plane flight and when I was running through London, I sweated a lot more. Actually today in Paris, I spent a lot of time working, a lot of time writing blog post type stuff. And then I went out and saw the city, but I actually saw it in a 2CV car, which is a car I'd never heard about before. I didn't have a whole lot of time in the city. It was raining in the morning, and so a friend of a friend set me up with this ride in this vintage French car, which was really interesting. I think I've seen most of the sites that we drove to during the course of the day, but this old 1940s era French car created a lot of fascination from people on the street. I guess it'd be kind of like driving a Model T through Washington, D.C. or something and seeing the sights from that kind of car. It's sort of a sentimental relationship with it. And it was actually a really beautiful way to see the city. It was sort of like an open-top tour bus, except you had your own car, and instead of people looking at you annoyed, they sort of looked at you with fascination because they're not used to seeing these vintage cars anymore. Once I've got these all soaped up and washed, and I've spent a lot of time just wringing them out, it's time to rinse. And really the rinse part is as important as the wash part, and usually I try to rinse with 3 sinkfuls of water, because sometimes the reason your clothes smell dirty is that all of the dirty soapy water hasn't been properly washed out. Alright, I'm finishing wringing out my 3rd rinse. But these clothes aren't quite as dry as they could be, so I'm going to go into the living room and show you my method for how I get them even drier than this. Alright, one last step before we hang these up to dry, and this is a trick that my mother taught me actually, where you use the towel. And I'm just going to spread the shirt out on the towel, fold it like this, fold it like this, oops, get that out, and then just roll it. Just make sure that shirt sort of gets wrung out into the towel. Alright, the last step is to put these on hangers. And again, in this apartment I have the luxury of having hangers. I won't always have that luxury. I'll have to improvise something. I also have these nice French windows that I can hang the clothes in, and I'm pretty much ensured that they'll be dry by tomorrow morning. So that's it. I'm all set with my nighttime ritual, and now it's time to go to bed. By tomorrow morning these should be dry, and I can hit the city again with some clean clothes. Okay, after that bit last night about doing my laundry and having it dry by morning, well, this morning it is bone dry because I crashed for about 10 hours. I think the excitement of the trip and being in a new place and being jet lagged and being on this no luggage journey got to me, and I actually feel great. I burned off a few hours of a Paris morning, but there's still a little bit of time before I have to catch the plane, so I'm going to take this down, pack it into my vest, and make the most of the few hours I have left before going on to Madrid.